Hi guys, it's Tom from Trainsim TV. Hope everyone's well and thank you very much for joining us once again. Today we are having a look at a new wagon pack from Armstrong Powerhouse and Waggonz. It is the TDA-D. This got released about a day or two ago, another unexpected release of Armstrong Powerhouse. In the pack you get the TDA-D Wagon, which was built between 1991 and 93. The TDA-D has played a vital role in transport of oil across Britain, and it still can be seen in use today on services. In the pack, you get 3 liveries. You get some weathered variants, empty and loaded versions with realistic physics, prototypical sounds, a flashing tail lamp, and one realistic scenario, which is on the DTG Midland Main Line London to Bedford route. Doesn't need too much in the requirements on the scenario side. You require the AP 43 VP185 and Mark III enhancements, the AP 66 EP, the Class 319 Volume 2, the DTG European Assets Pack, DTG Class 66 V2.0, the Middle Main Line from DTG, and Just Train Class 222 Advanced. You get what can I say on here? You get a weathered version, which we are running the weathered version on this service today. There's also tip hook rail. You also have the Mirko livery as well in there. So we're not going to ramble on too much. We're going to get straight into this. This is the provided scenario. We'll have a quick look at the wagon itself. Have a look at the exterior model, which looks absolutely beautiful. And again, it's a tip hook logo on here. Very, very clear graphics on here as well. All the decals that have been added. Absolutely beautiful. Look at I like that. I like the brake blocks there with the actual orange in it. Oh, fantastic, they do. Home Station Lindsay Oil Refinery, which is where I think this service is bound for as well. Not to be loose shunted. So all around, the detail on this is pretty spot on. The bits of smudges where it's a bit cleaner in the certain areas where it's been smudged out, where the writing is on the details. Little steps there as well. Very nice. Plenty of detail going on here. I always say you can never have enough wagon packs. We've got a load 24 on this scenario as well. Nice shiny bogies as well. I think that's RW Enhance, which is actually enabled on here, so you might not specifically have the shine as what I have if you haven't got RWE on. Overall, a lovely model there. Wagons are renowned for good quality as well. So we'll get straight into this and get moving. It's a rolling start as well, so I'm just going to put it onto goods. Put the instrument lights on. The headlamps are already set up. We're currently just rolling down to a red signal. We might get a briefing in a second, I'm not over sure. If not, I'll read the one that's out on the F1. The scenario that's provided is 75 minutes long. We're not actually going for a red signal, the actual red is on the other line. Yeah, a little head shunt is a little sided. It's a very random signal. So short, you'd expect to see a little ground signal there. Oh wow. You get lens flare off the tail lamp. I've never seen that before. That's quite cool. I know you get the flare off the headlamps, but I've never seen a flashing flare like that before. That's actually quite cool. I like that. I do apologise once again for coughing down the microphone at you all. It's still not shifted yet. You get the clunk there when you release the brakes again. I'm not overly sure which sounds we have on these. I don't know if these are the new sounds or previous sounds. I'm not overly sure. Until we get up to speed, it won't be easy to tell. And knock the speed down a little bit. Always forget to put my clag on. I don't think these are the newer sounds. I would probably say that the previous AP sound pack maybe. Possibly they could be actually Waggonz' own. They don't actually have that distinctive motion sound like the AP sounds do. They sound decent enough though. I'm happy with that. I'm not too convinced with the track joints as you're travelling over points and stuff though. Sound a little bit. I'm not too. Maybe a little bit too loud, a bit clunky. I don't mind the motion, the sense of motion noise though. I don't think we have like different wheel flat sounds and stuff though. I think it's all one consistent noise throughout. Now we didn't get a briefing. So, hello driver, you start the scenario on the move at Brent Curve Junction. You must then drive to Bedford, where you will be relieved by another driver northward to take the journey northwards. Note that due to a gauging restriction on the downslope in the London area, this train has had to be routed onto the downfast between Harpenden Junction and Lee Grave Junction. The signalman may put you over earlier than that though. Finally, your maximum permitted speed is 60 miles per hour. Enjoy. Not sure if we're going to get a red here. We had a single yellow. Just play it with caution. It's a journey total of about 43 miles overall from where we started, and we don't seem to be stopping anywhere throughout this trip. Nothing booked anyway. If anything, it'll just be signals. I think we actually have a red. It's been quite nice as well to see a good variety of stuff being released over at AP in the past week. They've done quite well in releases. We've had the 37 about a week or two ago now. We've got the modern sounds for the Waggonz, and then we've now been given the TDA pack. It just shows us there's all sorts in the works. I'd like to see more wagon packs as well. There's a lot of wagons that are needed for the sim. I mean, there's stuff like the China clay stuff, which I'd like to see. Even stuff like network rail working trains. I'd love to see a Tampa. These are all dreams and hopes, like, but you never know. No, we haven't got the signal. Nice brake screeching though. Trying to figure out what we're waiting for. Possibly could be waiting for this stopper. There's another train there that I'm assuming we'll probably be crossing over somewhere. That's what we're waiting for. Meridian. This is what we're waiting for. This service coming up here. I'm trying to figure it out then. So the working we're on is 6 Echo 38. It's the Colnbrook to Lindsay oil refinery service as well. VP 185 HST just gone past there as well. Just gonna coast it down to the next signal with it being red. Might change by the time we get to it. So the pack, so what do you get? So for £5, well, £4.99 you get your wagon. You get a scenario with 3 obviously weathered and normal versions. You get the flashy tail lamp as well, with the fancy little head flare. You get the sound as well. So for £4.99 you get a decent deal, really. I think we have a red. Should change, I reckon, to yellow by the time we hit there, because the service head has actually left that station. There we go. We're out on cue. Grab a screenshot for the old video. I'm trying to get it with the sun. Best image possible. We may even get a better one later on down the line, but try and get as many as I can. Any images that don't get used, do go to the Train Sim TV slideshow feature, which comes on between the scenario changes, rather than having to look at a scenario load and see the normal splash screen for the game. Other people do put their images in to be featured, which is a nice thing where we can showcase everyone else's drives and stuff. Some fantastic screenshots get sent in. Hoping that signal's actually changed, yeah, as it's yellow. I think it's gone double yellow as well, actually, it's good. we're talking on sounds and stuff as well. With the modern sound pack that's been released from AP, a lot of other packs have been updated to feature these new sounds, being the packs that come from the AP website. So if you own any of the AP rolling stock products, like for the Waggonz, go and have a little look on the web page and see what's new, what you might need to go and re-download. We've got a green as well now, fantastic. It's 75 limit, but we're max of 60, so it doesn't really make any difference to us. Just need to remember not to go over 60. All about professionalism at Train Sim TV. Unless you know what my driving standards are usually like in the stream, then you'll know I'm absolutely lying. My driving standards can be quite appalling sometimes. You'll note there's a bit of tile lag here and there. I think it's just down to my game at the minute. I need to declog it a little bit and uninstall some DLC. I've got a lot of unwanted stuff that I don't even need. So I just need to untick all that off my Steam. Stuff that don't even get touched or played. Bit of gap in the tunnel there. Excuse me. There's a fancy livery going over there. That's what the AP Volume 2319 is all about. There's quite a lot of fancy stuff going on, all the older liveries. A lot of one-offs and bits and pieces and all. What once was is Elstree and Boringwood. So we're 37.5 miles now to Bedford. About another journey total, about 50 minutes-ish. Decrease the speed now because we're going to have a red going up. We're just going to coast it now to the signal. I can just about see the surface ahead of us in the distance there. I think even he's sat at a red as well. Must be waiting to cross over, I would assume. Now the route that we're driving at the minute, I always find it an interesting one to drive. I don't always seem to find it very appealing and interesting and fun, but you do get a lot of traffic on it, which is one thing I like. I think I find it in terms of scenery, nothing jumps out at you, sadly. It's nice that we get to see 222s though, because I don't see them on any other route, really. I think some of the areas with the scenery on this route as well are a bit rushed. Like you sometimes see signal gantries where they're floating above the signal. Can we just roll this and keep going? Highly doubt it. Nah. This is why it's 75 minutes long, this scenario. There's a lot of waiting at signals, following the services, allowing service to pass you or cross over ahead of you. It's for an interesting scenario at least. Stuff like this at least jazzes the route up a bit more in terms of what you can do. And AP do make a good scenario. I'll check this map. Oh, so we're crossing over, we haven't actually got the road, there's obviously something coming behind us. No, just awaiting a service to pass. Now at this point within the stream, I would actually async keys this, but async keys is absolutely fantastic as it is, but it has its downfalls where if you have it on, sometimes the AI disappears and it just appears as a set of couplers, so you have to then messing around, flying around the route for it to appear. Sometimes can cause a crash, so we're not going to do that in there for videoing purposes and for the fact that we want to try and keep it true to what the scenario is. But in the other circumstances, I would actually do async keys just to not sit here. No idea what we're waiting for either. My bet being it will be either a 319 or a HST. Set of couples apparently. I must have something missing. Although that looks like it's a 222. This is random. Not to worry. I didn't even async it and something missing. Probably could be down to the fact that I had to revert one of my versions of Train Sim back a bit ago. When the 64-bit version apparently was fixed, came out. It wasn't quite fixed for myself, it was causing a lot of issues, so I had to revert to an older version, which therefore resulted in some of my stock getting wiped, or having to be, meaning it needs reinstalling. I've not got around to doing it. I will get there. I'm catching up with myself. It's been a couple of months since I reverted, but I've just not had the time to do it all. I just sort of do it as and when. I actually looked at everything for this scenario and looked like I did have it installed, but clearly not. Excuse me. I mean, I could be missing a extra stock pack or something, but no errors showed up at the beginning of the scenario, so it's quite a weird one, that. Hopefully there'll be nothing else missing. It does happen though, time to time. It catches you out. So it's going to be 40 mile an hour over the crossover in just under 0.2 of a mile. We're just approaching Radlett as well. Not overly sure on that noise. I don't think it's quite right for a wagon. Sounds too clunky. Doesn't have that track joint feel about it. Sort of reminds me a bit like that. If you look at the Class 57 from Dovetail Nuvi, the track joints on that, I think it was the Tour Pack. Awful. So clunky. Sort of had that feel about it with them. Excuse me. I think this could have benefited using the new sounds, but there's reasoning why they've not used it. One of them maybe being they might have had to pay for a license to use the actual new sounds. Not overly sure. We might see an upgrade one day. Now again, when AP put this on the Facebook page, I was quite surprised at how soon it got released. I mean, usually you'll see a picture of some sort of a teaser, and it could be another week or so away. I mean, we got the teaser, and the same night it was released, which was quite a shock and a surprise, to be honest. So that's good to see. I'm hoping there's some more stuff on the way like that soon too. I love that livery. So in your face. Holding quite well for more or less 60 mile an hour this is as well. Again, we're on an empty load with a load 24 on the wagon side. Shame the sun's not on the other side. It would have been quite a nice screenshot that with the signal box. I think another thing that makes this route really dreary and drab is the fact that at the minute we're in autumn. So half the foliage is gone and disappeared, and the trees look rubbish, sadly. They don't sound too bad actually when they're rolling past. I think it's an older AP sound pack, to be quite fair, that's been applied to these. And you hear the clattering going. It resembles one of the older packs. There used to be a, I don't know if it's still on sale anymore. But there's a freight wagon pack that used to be on sale. If it's not anymore, it does resemble that quite a lot. Excuse me. We're just approaching Harpenden as well now. I think one of the other things as well that causes the lag is the fact that I'm recording as well. I've got Streamlabs open, which is taking some of the resources. We're still running to time. We're due in at 16:23 at Bedford. We're just under half an hour, about 28 minutes away from where we are now. Excuse me. Now what we'll do when we finish this scenario, we will merge over to another route and we'll load the wagons up into an editor, just so we can have a look at all the different liveries that come with the pack and all the different variants. I'm assuming we're going to be hitting a red in it in a moment. Look, I've got a single over there. I can see a red right in the distance, so we'll just ease the accelerator off for a moment. I'm not going to pop the brakes on just yet. Just going to let it ease down gently. I have a feeling we'll probably get a single yellow before we hit it. I can see a train in the distance, but I think that's on the opposite line. As predicted, we've got a single yellow and we are crossing over as well. There's a 40-mile-an-hour crossover. We're just under 15 miles now to Bedford. Still on track for a 16:23 arrival, approximately. So we're in single figures now on our distance from Bedford. We're at 7.7 miles. About another 10 minutes journey time. We're just on the approach to the station as well now, 2.8 mile away. Possibly could be getting held, I would have thought as well. I can see a single yellow. So we are going to be held about 1.5 miles outside of Bedford station. We will be going into platform 2 and stopping there when we get the road. So just crossing over the Bedford Bletchley line as well now, Marston Vale. There we go. This is what I mean here with the signals. You can see them floating there. I mean, that's just laziness on Dovetail's behalf. And there's our relief driver, waiting to take the train almost towards Lindsay. So we're going to now cross over and have a look at the variations of the wagon liveries in the pack, and other little bits and pieces what we might be able to find and see. We will join you in a second on that next section. So you join me out on the DPS Northeast England route, just to have a quick look at some of the variated wagon liveries in the pack. It comes with 3 different ones, as I said before. I actually get them mixed up before. I missed out one. You have Mirko, you have the rusted ones with the tip hook logo, and you have total livery. So what I've placed down is I've placed the Mirko, the 3 different variated states of weathered version of the tip hook, and then the total livery at the end. So we'll start off with this Mirko livery. Already I'm liking that smudge of oil and grime all down the side, like where it's really filthy there, and where it's sort of like where there has been spillages and it's sort of like dried out. I like that. It's fantastic. All the way through the grime. I like that. Even with like the grease on the buffers as well, and where they've been rubbing. I mean, even around the actual coupler on the hook, the rust and dirt that is there. Very nicely done. The axle boxes as well. Not to be loose shunted. I mean, all these like that as well. I like that. Everything's very clear. There's no blurriness on any of these detailed bits and pieces. We'll move on now to our rusted version. So I've got 3 different states of weatheredness. We'll start off with this one. So with this one, it's got the filthy, like the bodywork's filthy, but then like the rings are all clean, which is quite cool. Again, different logo on there. But again, the detail in the weathering is absolutely fantastic. I mean, this one's more filthier than the last one with the coupler. There's a lot more dirt on that side. I mentioned before the brake blocks. I think they're absolutely fantastic. They've actually been modelled in, and as a separate little piece of the model as well, where usually you probably get it all one texture. You can see them from a great distance. They stand out. So we're going to move on to the next one. This is full on filth compared to the last one. The whole of this model is grime and rust and what's not. Again, the tip up rail livery logo is on there, with all the other various bits and pieces plastered along the wagon. Handbrake on and off, lengths. Actually, the handbrake's on or off there as well before we're braking. These obviously are to do with emptying the wagon. So these levers here, they would connect these up with I would assume with some sort of hose or socket of some sort. Open these and they would drain the wagon with 2 pipes. You can just about see them. It's hard to see actually with the lighting on this. It's not the best. Next up we have another state of the weathered version. Again, not as grimy as the last one, but it's got a section where It's clean in areas, like again with some of the rings on it are clean. I haven't looked at the actual roof detailing yet. They're cool. Like the detail with the ladder as well. Nice. You can sort of see where they're clean in the centre where they've been used and climbed up. And then the edges are all dirty and different, not in the same place either. They sort of change. So that this bit further over the cleanness on this side, whereas it's more central there. This one's more full clean. So they vary all the way up, which is I like to see. That's nice. Could have quite easily copied and pasted like the whole same texture throughout. That's nice, that. And next and finally, we have our total livery, which I think is quite smart actually. So it's got the tip-up rail on this side, but we have total on the other side. Then on the other side, it's flipped and reversed around. So it's not as dirty this side, the coupler hook on this one. Nice detailing overall, fantastic work. I hope you guys would agree as well. I'm gonna do that, I think, as my screenshot. I do hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for joining us. Again, there will be links at the bottom to the pack, so that you can have a look and decide for yourselves. Please do follow us on our Twitch channel. You can catch myself, Tom, and Mark on Trainsim TV forward slash, hang on, got that right, twitch.tv/TrainSimTV_Tom. That was a mouthful. And then as well for Mark, which is twitch.tv/TrainSimTV_Mark. Please do come and have a look and see myself, Tom. I stream on a Wednesday evening at 7:30 on the in UK time, and on a Friday evening at 7 PM UK time. Mark does odd streams as well. He's not as such planned. He just keep your eye out for him. He tends to do a lot of stuff over the weekend, stuff like route building and stuff like the Leeds Manchester route, and other bits and pieces. Please do give us a follow on our YouTube as well and share us about. It's widely appreciated, guys. Thank you very much again. We'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy and see you later. Thank you.